So I know a lot of you guys are probably going through the same thing at your jobs that I'm going through at mine because of the economy. We're doing a lot of layoffs and pay cuts and hour reductions, that sort of thing. And really, we know our supervisors have told us that the cuts, at least for us, probably won't be too deep or too extensive. So most of us are not at risk for losing our jobs or for having serious pay cuts. But still, it's a little scary going to work every day because you never know. Is today the day? Am I the one? Yeah. So this morning, whenever I got one of those mystery meeting invites in my mailbox. Um, yeah, and when I say mystery meeting, I mean one of those meetings that has no attached agenda and no description. It just says show up here at this time, at this location. Terrifying. But when I got it, I knew it wasn't going to be good news because, let's be honest, at this point in time, there's very little good news usually at work. um, but yeah, so the meeting was, I work for the Latin American team at my job, so the meeting was for my team, my local team, and essentially my supervisor told us that the big Latin American team, which is based in Brazil, has decided that they don't want to pay for one of us up here in Oregon. And since there's only two of us on the team up here, they decided, well, we'll let you decide between yourselves who will stay and who will go. Um, and let me be honest, they're not saying that they're going to lay us off. They're just shuffling us to another team. But the other team is kind of just more entry level work. It's a little more copy and paste heavy, I guess you could say, instead of really having creative control or doing anything difficult or challenging or even remotely complex. So needless to say, neither I nor my teammate were super excited about the prospect of switching teams. But in the end, I, being the kind of way too nice person that I am, conceded and said I would go over to the other team. The other developer's been in the position longer. She has more experience. If the shoe were on the other foot, I would want the less experienced, lower seniority developer to go to the baby junior web developer team, as it were. So yeah, that was pretty upsetting having to leave a team that, to be honest, well, I haven't been super satisfied with my job, and I've talked a little about that here. I think probably the most satisfying parts of my job have come from the fact that I work for the Latin American team, and so that adds a certain level of complexity or independence that I really crave in my work. So yeah, it was kind of difficult taking a job that I see as kind of a step back. But I met with my new supervisor this afternoon. He seems really excited about having me on his team, and he seems to understand my skill set and my abilities and what I want. And while nothing is certain at this point, it seems like there may be some projects that come open that I could take over and kind of do my own thing with and make it my own little project, which actually is kind of appealing. So I'm really hoping that if everything works out okay, that I will manage to do everything right and get what I want. And I won't lie, I normally do everything right. The challenge is the getting what I want part, because, obviously, sometimes I have problems standing up for myself. Sometimes I like to defer to other people, and that's something I should work on. But on the whole, I'm feeling pretty good about this whole move at this point. It was still kind of disappointing, but at the same time, I think there's possibility there to do something new and different, which I love, and also maybe to find a new way to contribute to my team, and hopefully gain a little autonomy at my job, which I think would make me a lot happier and a lot more satisfied with my work. So it's kind of interesting. The mystery meeting really threw me for a loop this morning, and I cried a lot today because I was very upset about the whole things that are new and different. I don't deal with change very well. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I freak out every time something bad happens, but um, you know, 12 hours later, I'm feeling pretty all right with everything, and I'm cautiously optimistic that um, everything will turn out okay. And I really didn't think I would ever say that in the middle of a recession, but I still have a job, and I still have the potential to have a really interesting kind of cool job. So fingers crossed. Anyhow, I hope you guys have a good week, and I'll keep you posted on how things are going. Talk to you later.